Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be taking a look through my collection of vintage Matchbox catalogues. Now, I've always enjoyed looking through these promotional catalogues, and the Matchbox ones are particularly gorgeous. So that's exactly what we're going to be having a look at today. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look. Okay then, so we'll start off with the 1966 catalogue here. This one says it's the international one, but it has got the British 3p sticker on, 3D, and it's a wraparound. I recognise some of the models here, and obviously I wasn't around in 1966, but I would imagine if I was, this would be exactly the sort of thing I would absolutely love. So it starts off with the Matchbox story, a little history of the company as well, which is really nice, and a picture there of the Lesney factory. That's also really cool. And then we've got the first dozen in the numbered 1 to 75 series. So a little bit of artwork on the side, and then this isn't actually photographs of the toys. It is like an artist's rendition of each one. Obviously the artist has had it right in front of them there. And then you've got the little tick box on the side there, so you could tick these off as you went along, as you were collecting them. So very much encouraging collectors to collect them all. And there we are, there's the next batch up to number 29. So there's some fantastic ones in here, like the milk delivery truck there. I do love this sort of mid-60s period. The Lotus racing car. Yeah, some gorgeous, gorgeous ones here. The numbers 30 to 41. And the VW camping car, they call it. And the Coke truck, Coca-Cola truck. Long distance bus. 42 to 58. There's several on here. There's the ice cream van. I've just got one of those recently, and my wife bought me that one, which is quite nice for my birthday. 59 to 70. Oh, there's a few juicy ones here I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind getting the old Rent-A-Set TV service and that Builders one. I do like the commercials, I have to say, on these. And then there's the final 5, 71 to 75. A great refreshments bar. And then this is interesting, so how Matchbox models are made. It's like a little feature. Obviously that's one of the models of yesteryear by the look of it. And they've got the actual design process. Absolutely fascinating, really, aren't they? Really, really incredible. What a level of detail that's gone into something like this. It really is just incredible. But I suppose there was a lot of competition back then. You had the Dinky and Corgi as well, all looking for a bit of that die-cast market. Then the gift sets. Beautiful numbered gift sets there, G1 to G8. Very, very nice. Then the Matchbox majors, which I've not really got into the majors, but I did have a few as a kid. These are the slightly sort of larger packs. Still got that distinctive Matchbox charm. Very, very nice. A king size here. K8 to K13. Yeah, that was the K1 to K7. So we've got the majors and the king size. And some more king size. Oh, and then a quiz. They're going to test your knowledge and observation of the collection of Matchbox models with these simple questions. But we won't test our audience just today. And then here's the first dozen models of yesteryear. Y1 to Y12. The old classic cars. And then Y13 to 16. And then the almost like play sets really, the fire station and the service station. And then the roadways, roadway 1 and roadway 4. And it gives you a little idea of the pricing. So the models were 2 shillings a pop, 3 shillings and 3 pence, and all the way around there. So the dearest set was gift set number 8, at 26 and 11. Wow. How gorgeous is that? That really is a nice little catalogue, that one, isn't it? Now, I've got this next one. So this is 3 years later. So this is 1969. So I've got 3 pence on the front. And I am going to try and get the British catalogues rather than any American ones or foreign language ones. And it's got the price list on the back again. Let's pop that one over there out of the way and open this one up. So this is the 69. So slight change in the style of artwork there. So I guess it's a bit more modern for 69, and it opens up with the 2 motorway packs and an extension pack there for the motorway, and then some of these accessories, motorway accessories, which I believe are still fairly common today. You can get those without too much trouble. And then we start with the 1969 range of 1 to 75. So these would have been the ones around then, and I see the price is 2 and 4, 2 shillings and 4 pence. Terrific new Matchbox steering. So it's got auto steer as a little feature on it, which is cool. There we are. So obviously some of these we saw a few years ago because they haven't been taken out of the range yet. Yet there would have been lots of new ones added as they did. So some were pulled and some were added to the main 75 range each year. Certainly the artwork has changed. It's a bit more updated. It's a bit funkier. But once again, not photographs of the actual models. It is like an artist's depiction, seemingly copied from the model, sat right in front of them, I would think. Oh, look, a little place to put this book belongs to with your address on, just in case one of your mates pinched it. There we are. So that's the first 75 in the main series, and then you've got this little collector's case. Absolutely fantastic, these with the trays inside. You still see these around. They're quite common. Pop-up roadways, fold-away set to enjoy your cars on. Then the service station again. It's amazing. Then we got the king size range. These do get a bit more coverage per page, I guess, because they were more money ultimately, weren't they? True guide steering. Then we got the models of yesteryear. There's the first 4 on that page. So they get quite a bit of coverage as well, don't they? Compared to the main 1 to 75 run. That's unusual, isn't it? I would have thought the 1 to 75 would have got the most exposure, but these models of yesteryear have got a bit more, which is interesting. Then we got the gift sets there. There's G1 to G6. Very, very nice. History of the wheel. Modern wheels. Then what's this? A Lesney veteran car gift. So it's like a pipe holder. A pen holder there, a cigarette case. Incredible, really, that these were sort of designed with the cars on top. I guess the models of yesteryear, the market they must have been aiming for must have been the slightly older gentlemen. So moving along to 1971, and once again the style of artwork has changed a little bit. Same front and back cover, and of course we're into decimal now, so we've got 2.5 pence. So So it's got the little table of contents, Matchbox 1 to 75, Super Kings and Speed Kings, and then models of yesteryear. And it's got, look out for these symbols: Gravity, Pacemaker, Super Booster of Scorpions. So here's the Matchbox Scorpions. And there's the circuit for the Scorpions. Of course, by now they had a bit of competition from Hot Wheels, didn't they? So I guess that was starting to influence things a little bit. The Big 8. Big track 800, then track 700, massive, massive tracks. I remember as a kid, one of my friends having one of these tracks, and it was pretty incredible. Look at them, I had no idea they did so many. A Skyjack. And once again, I think they're pretty easy to get hold of, these sorts of tracks and accessories these days. But boy, oh boy, there's a lot of them, isn't there? So it's interesting that all of that was at the start of the catalogue, and then they move on to the current 1 to 75 range. And obviously we're starting to see a few of the slightly funkier models turn up. A few here I'd like to get, particularly the Volkswagen. That's sort of quite high on my wants list there. I've got the camper van, but some of these I remember having as a youngster. And this particular era, sort of, late 60s, early 70s, is quite hot in the world of Matchbox collectors. Lots of people enjoy buying these particular funky ones at the moment, whereas the very earliest ones, I think, are represent pretty good value for money right now. Matchbox Auto Park. Oh yeah, and then zoom around. This is a big catalogue as well. This is a good 60 odd pages. Switch Attack. Look at that. That's cool, isn't it? And then the familiar Matchbox Motorway. I see this one around quite a bit. I think it must have sold as like a Christmas present. And the Motorway Extension. Then the Steer and Go. They're into the Super Kings range. Once again, these seem to get a lot more page coverage than the smaller models. For whatever reason. Very, very nice. Then we've got the Speed Kings. Some cool ones here. Once again, starting to see a slight change in style. Super sets, so some more gift sets. Oh, see, that one had car transfers in that set. And look at those big box sets there. Very, very nice. Now, this was the book. I do have a copy of this book. It's Mike and the Model Makers, which is sort of a behind the scenes at the Lesney factory, but sort of done in annual format. It's like a big format hardback annual. Really, really nice book, that one. And it looks like it was available to order through the catalogue here for just 25p. By the looks of it, you could order it direct from Lesney. That's cool. And then there's another collector's case, of course. And then we got finally the models of yesteryear. We've seen a few of those, haven't we? And then they've got the gifts again. Look at this. Incredible. I didn't know they even did this until I looked at these catalogues. I've never seen any of these at the shows, so I wonder how successful they were. But that was 1971. And then conveniently, we're going to jump again to 1974. This one's 2p, so it's actually gone down in price from the 71. Maybe it's not got quite as many pages, but it's got a sort of a wraparound cover. Starting off with Matchbox Team Surtees. After John Surtees. And starting off then, opening it with the Matchbox aircraft kits. So some numbered aircraft kits, so looking to diversify a little bit as a company. And the military kits, the tanks and whatnot. Aircraft kits. These really are little glimpses into the past, aren't they? Then we got your super fast 1 to 75, and these are very, very 70s and funky, these, aren't they? Once again, quite a collectible little era of Matchbox cars, these. And a lot of these were the exact ones I had when I was a youngster. Many from this era. Very, very familiar to me. Lots I'd love to get back, of course, if I could find them at a decent price. Then we got your Super Kings. Once again, these are getting a little bit more page space, I guess because they cost more, so they're allowed a little bit more real estate, as it were. Speed Kings. And certainly there was a definite art of the catalogue, wasn't there, from the big toy production companies, people like Corgi and Dinky and these Matchbox ones. Their catalogues were really, really something, and you just don't seem to get that anymore. It's almost like a lost art, the art of really great packaging to make things jump off the shelf. It just seems so much more basic these days, and less effort going in. And the models of yesteryear. And we got some Skybusters, and then into the track sets. I definitely had at least one of these little ones when I was a youngster. I seem to recall. Cyclone Cycles. And the gift sets again. And the collector's cases. Very, very nice. So that was 1974. Great stuff. Then we move on. So a bit of a jump now to 1980 and 81. And I have got 81, 82, and 82 and 83. Now I don't believe that there's going to be masses of difference between these last ones, but we'll have a look at 1980, 81 first. And this has got once again a bit of a wraparound. But the line didn't change dramatically in this little period. But very nice to have a look at all the same. And straight in with the 1 to 75 series here. I do love this logo. It's one of my all-time favourites. It's a bit funky. I like to call it the Stars and Stripes logo, although there's no actual stars on it, but it reminds me of the American flag. And maybe that was deliberate. Pointing out the new additions to the range. Once again, there's lots here that I'd love to get hold of. And the Matchbox 900s, and then still doing the gift sets, of course. Very, very big play set there. And the Matchbox garage and the collector's cases. So you've got the traditional box, and you've got the one which looks like the lorry, the truck. Some cool streak sets. And we got the Skybusters again. Interesting range. I never even had a single one as a youngster. The Disney cars. Once again, you see these around loose, but don't often see them mint on card. The Adventure 2000 range, and the Super Kings, of course. Loads and loads of Super Kings, and a lot of them have got the figures and accessories with them now. Just a sign of the times of how things have changed a little bit from those early days. And we've got our models of yesteryear. Now, I don't think it's actually worth showing the later catalogues because these are very, very similar. And my actual cut-off point is 83 anyway. That's a remote control. I haven't seen one of those before. Syntron. Then the kits again. But yeah, these sort of later ones here, they're very, very similar to what we've just had a look at. Not a lot of difference because there's only sort of a year apart. But I'd like to get each year in total. Now, of course, the catalogues go right back to the very earliest days of Lesney. So it would be lovely to get some of the ones from the 1950s, for example. But I have a suspicion that they're going to be quite expensive. And the few that I have seen come up for sale, admittedly in beautiful condition, have gone for near like £100 a pop for these, like the 54, 55 ones, which is perhaps a tiny bit out of my price range for just a little catalogue. But even so, you never know what might just turn up at a good price, what you might find at a toy fair. So watch this space. But I will do another one of these next time I've got a nice little batch of new catalogues to show you. I'm always on the lookout for them, and I do like to get them in nice high-grade copies as well. So if I do, I shall make another video and show you them. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed looking through my small collection of vintage Matchbox catalogues. I do absolutely love them, and they really complement a vintage Matchbox collection. They're lovely to look at. Thank you very much for watching today. If you have enjoyed the video, do please give it a thumbs up. Do please hit the subscribe button if you've not already for regular vintage diecast action, and I shall look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.